Once again, we're up in the Albanese summits and we're going to build us a little cabin up here. Now, the reason for this build is because I have this temp altar here, which is way up north. It's about as far as you can go. The border is actually right along here. And what I want to do is I want to put a build here to give ourselves a foothold for when they unlock the rest of the map. We already have a place to teleport that's close by. But first, we have some preparations to make. We need to get rid of this temporary altar I have placed here. We're going to put our actual altar in this hillside here. We're just going to dig it out a little bit and place our altar inside. After that, we need to place ourselves a workbench and some storage to work from. Then we're going to clear the area and get rid of all these trees and bushes, and we can always plant our own later. And we also need to get rid of these two huge mounds right here. I'm just going to level out the floor and give us a nice flat space to work with. Now that we have all of our preparations laid out, let's get started. That should do for now. We'll just go ahead and place those there just like that. We'll get a workbench down, a place for storage, fire for keeping warm, pot for cooking some food, water kettle for some coffee, and a coffee mug, a little bit of light, some storage, a bed for sleeping through the night, and a pup for keeping me company because it gets lonely up here. Upgrade our altar. There we go. And then a book on building. Cool. So now we got a little place to operate from. I know it ain't much, but it's kind of cool. Just a neat little workspace. All right. So next is clearing the area of all the shrubbery and trees. Well, that took the better half of forever, but at least now it's done. We got a nice clean slate to work with. So the plan for this is an eastward facing 2-story cabin. It'll have a walkout area on the second floor, maybe a party deck on this side, some big windows, a greenhouse, and a super cozy and zenful backyard that I can't wait to build in episode 2. All right, so snapping on, let's see, let's probably close to here. We'll do 2. And then we want to do 4 and then 3 back. There we go. And then we'll get our walls. And then we'll go ahead and leave that open for now. All right, because what we're going to do here, let's see, what I want are these columns here, there. Let's go there. And there, yeah. Okay, now out here, turn snapping off. I want it on the corner, like that. You know what? I'm gonna move those to out here. Yeah, that's better. And now I'm gonna take this, I'm gonna connect this at the top. I'm just going to kind of work an arch for this thing. Might not be perfect, but we don't need perfect. We just need the point to be made, right? Something like that, I think. And then we'll do the same on this side. There we go, something like that. And then we'll come to the front here. And we're gonna put in big window right here. All right, and we're gonna come in here and right here in the middle, we're gonna pop out 3 like that. And this is gonna mark where our fireplace is gonna go. A little tall. Okay, that should do it for the single floor, other than I'm gonna get our decay tool and we're just gonna roughen all this up. There we go. Give some character to that. Get some stones sticking out on the side, all roughed up like that. Yep, I think that looks cool. All right, moving on. All right, now we're gonna get our hammer. We're gonna put a second floor on this thing. And I think I'm just gonna stick with the refined wood block on this to start. And if I don't like the way it ends up, what I'll do is I'll try this this palm wood here, or maybe even a roughed up wood too, because it has a really cool like surface texture to it. It looks like an old wooden cabin floor. Anyway, so we'll grab our floor bits here, turn snapping on. Okay, now I'm gonna use some scaffoldings here just because I don't want to deal with my staircase just yet. And let's see, coming out here, place those 2 just as a marker, place those 2. We don't necessarily need one there, but we will need one here, there, and I don't think this one's gonna matter unless, yeah, no, we're not gonna, well, we might do it for interior sake, but we'll worry about that when we get to it. Now, another thing to consider here is where our next window is going to go. So I think there, and then 2 in there. Yep, I like that. And then same out front here. So let's go 2 in, 2 in. Oh, that's 2. Okay. Yeah, that should be fine. You know what? We're gonna go ahead and do it. Okay. All right, now we'll get our full walls, and this we want to be the conifer. All this is pretty straightforward. I'm just filling in my walls and building up my peaks while trying to figure out where and how I want my windows. All right, so this side over here, I want to bring up. Ow. Good boy. Now I just need to finish up some exterior details and additions, which will include the fireplace, the greenhouse, the stairwell, and a kitchen. Okay, now the fireplace. I wanted to keep this fireplace simple and traditional. So I just stacked rocks to shape it and then threw in an iron fireplace at the top for added detail and to allow it to give off smoke. There we go. I like that. Then, of course, I hit it with the decay tool. Yep, cool. All right, next we're just gonna build a little walkout balcony. Yeah, about the same width as the window there. All right, next I want to build like a sunroom or like a greenhouse. I've already laid it out here. This is the size that I want. So I'm just going to fill in my floor here and I'm going to use a rough wood block. And I'm going to bring this down. There we go. I think that's going to be a cool floor. All right, next I'm going to go back to my conifer wood. I'm going to bring this up about 7 high. All right, now I got a bunch of rustic window frames. I'm just going to dump these things on their side like that. I'm going to bring this up and I'm going to snap these across. Yeah, I'm just going to alternate between the two of these and kind of break up that pattern. There we go. I like that. All right, yep, that should work just fine. Let's go ahead and get the rest of this filled in then. Yep, cool. I love the way that chimney and fireplace came out. I think that's cool. Okay, so this thing's starting to take shape. Should we do like a party deck or something right here? Let's wait on that. We can always do it later. I like the idea, but let's think on it for a little bit. Okay, so coming back here, we now need to build like a bay window for the kitchen. We need to open this up because this is where our kitchen's gonna be. So let me think about this here. Okay, I'm just gonna start by opening up this wall so I can see what I'm looking at here. So I think first thing, we got to expand our foundation how we're gonna want it. So we got that down. So now we'll grab our scaffoldings here, place a few of these. Grab our wall tapestry showcases, bring these down. I think that's gonna be better. Let me get some rest, turn it to day, and we'll check it out. Yeah, I think I'm good with that. Let's clean these up. All right, now I think we're gonna come out here. I'm gonna kind of bring this up around this corner a bit. Like that. And I'm gonna do that on both sides. Cool, and then maybe bring it down there. Dip this down a little bit, maybe like that. Now our decay tool. We just want the stone. We don't want to hit that wood. Yeah, there we go. That's kind of cool. There we go. That's pretty cool. That just adds an extra little layer of detail. Neat. All right. So we're almost done with the exterior. We still have a few things to do here. I guess it's time to decide if we want to do a deck out here, huh? Okay, yeah, I think I do. So the way we're going to do this is we're going to grab our conifer wood. And we'll just bring this out, I guess by that much, huh? That should be fine. Now, can we use these for railing. What's up, boy? Oh yeah, get all the loves. All the loves. Hey, you want to play fetch? Go get it. No? Alright, now if we use these, can we double them up as like railings and pillars? Yeah, I think that works just fine. That's kind of cool. And before we get too carried away, let's come down here at the bottom. I mean, that looks good. I'm totally okay with that. Well, I guess it's time for me to get some doors. Here you are. I need some doors. I mean, I guess we just go with the Boreal wood door, right? I mean, that's what makes the most sense. Yeah. Grab that many.
Go get him.
Cool. Yeah, I think that's cool. I don't mind that. I totally forgot to put a roof on over here. There we go. Now I'm going to need, let's say, 30 of those. Or 6 of those. Don't know yet.
The craft takes time. Rest up.
Yes, it does. And don't tell me what to do. Okay, we'll start with that. Yeah, that's cool. Now our decay tool and roughen all that up. Oh yeah, neat. Cool, I'm good with that. And with that, our exterior is just about done. I mean, we're going to be adding windows and stuff once we do the interior. But other than that, that's pretty much the shape of it. All right, what I think I'm going to do here is I'm going to switch that door to this side. I'm going to pop out this wall and window, and I'm going to put a staircase in there to get to the second floor. So let's go ahead and start working towards that goal now. So I'll grab my refined wood block, pull out this little 2x. We'll go here. Like that. So I couldn't fit a staircase in without compromising my vaulted ceilings in my open living area. So moving the door to the left and adding a stairwell to the exterior of the house will allow me to keep both features. But it'll also give me an addition to build to characterize the overall shape. I also really like the multi-layer of stone and wood. The contrast between the two is amazing. And then, once again, I use the wall tapestry showcases as our roof pieces. Okay, now that we got that taken care of, now we can actually start getting our interior done. All right, I'm going to start with this fireplace here. I guess we want our mantle to be about here. Just like outside, I want to keep the fireplace simplistic. A traditional wood mantle with stone all the way to the ceiling. I used normal iron braziers for the fire, and then I added some upside down railings to give the mantle support. Then I had to adjust the height a little bit. See, I need some more banisters from you there, guy. Yep.
You've got a good eye, Flame Boy.
Stop, dude. You're just saying that. And then maybe we can use this bronze tub here for a sink instead. Yeah, that works. I like it. From here, I didn't do much talking. I was more locked in and focused on how I wanted to decorate the rest of the cabin. So instead of narrating everything I do from here on, I'm just going to let the music play and you get to watch how this place came out. In fact, I think this is the perfect time to do another music video build montage. Here we go. There we go. That's kind of a cool light. Yeah, I enjoyed that. A little different from the other ones, a little bit more chill. So I'm just finishing up with some decor on this main floor before I head upstairs, which will be the bedroom area. I slapped down a large boreal wood bed and framed it out with my conifer block and my half-timbered block. Then I lined the top of it with banners. Don't worry, I didn't forget to put those last ones up. I ran out of materials and I was crafting more. I'll get them a little bit later. I want plants in this corner, and then I want to stuff these rugs underneath the bed. Then over here, I want to build some sort of desk or like a study area. Now I'm just finishing up with some final details, and on this side I think I'm just going to put in a windowsill with some decoration on it. And then I decided I want to put a shelf above the bed, so I had to move the bed back a little bit to clear the character's animation of getting in and out of bed. Alright, I think a little bit of vegetation in here, and then we can call the interior done. That's all for the first stage of the build, and I must say, it's not a very eccentric build, but the colors and shape look fantastic. Now in the next video, we're going to knock out the outside and really bring this thing to life. I'm planning for a small waterfall and creek, a gazebo, flower gardens, and we still need to decorate the interior of the greenhouse. I'm excited for it, and I hope you are too. Anyway, I really appreciate you for taking the time to watch, and I also wanted to say thank you because we just passed 500 subscribers. So thank you for your continued support. Well, I've rambled long enough. Thank you again, and take care.